Did you ever wonder what it was like to just be free? To adventure and explore without the white picket fence and 8 to 5? To throw away the golden handcuffs? Well, we did! So we bought a 1980 Downeaster cutter sailboat that was neglected for decades, sailed her up north, rounding Point Conception, making way to our new home port on the central coast of California. We've been fixing her up and prepping her for blue water cruising ever since. With new episodes weekly, follow along our journey. Leave us a comment. And if you like, press subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week. Boat looks like it's a little low. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That's a lot of rainwater. And I don't know what's going on here.
It's the first day since the big storm that came through. I'm sure a lot of you know about the storms that are hitting California coast right now. Biggest west swell in 15 years. Yeah, we just emptied out a ton of water, probably like 10 gallons from the dinghy. And now we're hoping our boat doesn't have nearly as much water in it.
Too much water in it.
Too much water in it. We know we have a leak. Our windows are kind of leaky, and we'll see what the storm has done to it. We got a leak.
Yeah, it's pretty sure it's from this window. Comes down. It does suck. It's by all of our electronics. You can see that's.
Oh my god. Right. We want to see what's in the locker underneath. We decided while we were here and on the boat to try to knock off a project on our list, plumbing the saltwater pump. Grant went over the game plan and tips while he tried to tackle another project, which was brainstorming the plumbing for the head. I got to work with removing the old hose, but first tying the new hose to it and pulling it through. Saltwater foot pump is plumbed. Woo! And boy, if the camera could capture the aroma of this, yeah, you'd be saying, ew. Because that is kind of gnarly. Let's see the hose that
Why is this out on deck?
removed. Look how yellow it is. That's crazy. No more icky hose. We decided to make a game plan for how we would prioritize for the next storm. The first storm had sustained winds at 40 knots with gusts up in the 50s. Our solar panels nearly blew off. We got a call from our friend and boat neighbor Reed that our solar panels were dangling from the main sheet halyard and completely off its housing. Grant had been wanting to through bolt housing rather than just use the set screws, but we didn't prioritize this soon enough. Luckily, Reed came over and secured the panels while we were gone and out of town. We owe him big time. So the remainder of the weekend was spent prepping for the second storm that was predicted to be here in a few days.
Gonna start the through bolting process. Got some small stainless bolts. I don't think it needs to hold a lot. Nylon nut. Probably no need for washers. Hopefully I don't chew up these cobalt bits too much, but they're for hardened steel. I thought they'd be all right for stainless. Got the drill, gonna head out, rain stopped, and see if I can slowly start making progress one at a time. I'm gonna pick one for the first attempt that doesn't seem to be needing too much load, because if the wind picks up, I don't want to be fighting it. Excitedly did one without you, so I through bolted, or haven't through bolted, but I drilled that out. It took like, I don't know, 15 seconds to drill it. So hopefully today I'll be able to basically get all the major components through bolted, and that way we won't be fighting this thing blown away. All right. Definitely could have got shorter bolts, but nothing an angle grinder can't fix. So I through bolted this one, which holds the crossbar to the vertical. I did that one down there, which holds the vertical to the stern pulpit. I did this one, which is my adjustment that pivots up there to keep this leg attached in the bottom as well. I wasn't able to get to the stern where it connects to the cross tube of the davits, just because of the way that you know, there's a decent amount of current and I didn't want to fall in the water. But I did take some of this Dyneema and I lashed it from the crossbar of the davit to the crossbar up here, which is creating some tension. I did that on both sides, and I was able to do all that bolting on both sides. So pretty much everything that needs to be through bolted that could come apart is through bolted, and now we're just gonna clean up. And
the second storm was coming in 2 days from now, and it was predicted to have stronger winds and twice as much rain. Grant by trade is a first responder, and so his nature is to help others, and that includes others' homes. So him and Reed dinghied around the bay to check on all the sailboats they could while they had a good weather window to do so.
All right, we're gonna swing by Mr. Wade's boat. Just check on him. His bridle looks good. And now we'll go try to cover up that sail for Cynthia. She's in Hawaii.
2 days later, and the storm was here, and it came with a vengeance. Mother Nature was not happy with us. The boats on the mooring balls and anchors fared better than the ones on the docks.
Phones just really don't do it justice. You can hear the howl of the wind. But yeah, we just got blown around 360 on the mooring ball by a big gust.
Harbor Patrol was hard at work securing docks that came loose, and therefore vessels that were loose and bumping into each other. Harbor Patrol was recording wind speeds into the 70s. Neighborhoods were flooded, cars were quote-unquote floating away with people in them, houses were nearly destroyed. But on a lighter note, here's a story my friend Catalina told, who took days off work to help shovel dirt out of a neighbor's house. As they were removing debris knee-high out of a 70-year-old woman's house, thick mud mixed with tons of litter, shards of glass, and wood debris, she noticed a twinkle in the mud. She bent down, took a closer look, and after inspection saw that it was a ring. The homeowner noticed and came over and said that that was a ring her late husband gave to her for their 50th wedding anniversary. Tons of her belongings were damaged or lost from the storm, but this one remained.
Well, here's the first look after the second surge of storms. Got a little chafe in our chafe guards. We'll have to check that out. That forward bridle's looking a little weird, but you know, we will see. So far, so good. Oh, Noel's little tarp job over the window is kind of held. We'll see what the solar setup looks like. Well, just about to go in and see what kind of nonsense we got going on here. Plenty of stuff flung everywhere, but that's just the way things got left. Not too bad. Don't see much water. Let's see what this looks like. A little bit of water in there. So these windows have failed. There's a few things that have failed, but all in all, looks good. Got plenty of projects happening in here. Lovely.
Thank you for watching. If you feel inclined to help out Los Osos citizens with the damage from the most recent storms, feel free to click the link in the description for the GoFundMe. Thanks, and see you next week.